Hi.
Oh no, I can't hear.
Let me get my headphones.
Hi Maria.
There we go. Hopefully that's better.
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh yes, you can.
All right. Can you still not hear me? I'm talking and talking.
I need your help, please.
All right.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. I can hear you. Hello.
I'm going to start all over again. Sorry.
I think I have got my macros to do everything, but it takes a long time and it's messy looking.
Very full. I'm sorry.
No worries. Would you like me to start a screen share and show you what I did? It's glitchy. It froze. I don't know if it was me.
Please. Please.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. So I made. Sorry that I can't type while I'm talking. I'll try and talk really slow.
Okay. Are you okay?
Okay. I've got the three buttons input, I didn't change anything on the input sheet at all. Just left it like it is. And then the output sheet is the one that reformats every time. So, let's see if it's faster right now. All right, so if I click it, the button, it does this waiting thing, and it just waits for a long time. Okay, so it looks like it's working right. I'm gonna come up here to the developer tab, and I like to go in right here. So I've got 3 reports. I don't do edit, but I think it's the same thing. I always step into the macro. So I'm going to select one of them and step into it. And then this is what I've got. So I made one module that is just eraser. So I recorded myself erasing everything on the screen and putting this and then I saved that and I copied and pasted it into my other macros, but I have it separate in case it broke. Then I could just use it again. All right. Okay.
Alright.
What sheet do I start on? I will, hold on 1 second. I started on the dashboard on this one. Maria, can you hold on for 1 second? Hey, Dad. I'm doing good. I'm in the middle of a group meeting. Can I call you back in just a couple minutes? Okay, thanks. I love you. All right, bye-bye.
We're back.
Welcome back. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close this real quick. And I'm going to open a new one and copy it. All right, so I'll play with this one so you can see exactly what I did. All right, so I made this sheet first, and I put in the buttons. So now it's taking forever. Oh, I went up here to developer, insert this little guy, and then right click, edit text, and whatever the name is. Macro yet. After I set up this whole page, then I came to my record macro button, and oh, you know what I did? Before I hit record macro, I came over to my output page, and I just put anything in here. I kind of like, there's something in here, and then I did something like this, and I just messed it up. So there's something in here to erase, if that makes sense. Then I came over to the dashboard and hit record macro. And so now sheet, and I selected everything and came here to the clear button, clear all. And then what I did was I had selected everything and I moved the column width. So they're all the same width. And then I highlighted everything in one color and I hit stop recording. And now if I look at my macro, it selects the output sheet, it selects all the cells, it clears all the cells, and it changes the column width. And I want this to actually be 0.09. So right here, I'm just going to change that number. And this says that I made all this. Oh, but I forgot one part. So let me come over here. All right, I'm going to undo this. If I select all these cells, I'm also selecting this honesty that we need to leave there. So if you come up here, hit the select all in this kind of corner, hold down your shift button on your computer and click these. Except for those two. That's the trick, to get these to stay there. And then once I had those, once I have that erase everything macro done, then what I did was I came over to the input sheet and I recorded another macro. So this one, I did like this. And like I said, mine's messy. This might not be the best way, but it works. So I recorded the macro. And I looked at the information. What do I need to copy and paste? So I need the item number, the description, the price, the yields for the first thing. So I select this, I hit shift over till it's highlighted the ones that I want, and then I hit shift and control down, control copy to paste. B6, control V to paste. And I just formatted it however I wanted it to be for the however I wanted to look at the end. So I centered them. I made sure that the size. I made sure that these were in dollars. Come on. Oh, now my computer's frozen. All right. And these are percents.
Not only your computer, mine is making the same too.
Great. At least it's not just me. I came up here to the row 5 and I merged these, gave them a different background color, gave it a title, centered the title. I made it bigger. I put boxes around all of these. Whatever else for formatting. I say my formatting's done. I like to click up here in the top corner before I hit stop, because then when I'm looking at the macros, it's the same. The code is the same at the end of the macro every time. And that's just kind of a clue to me. So I'm going to stop recording. Come into my macro. So now I've got my, the delete one is right here, and the create a new macro, or create a new thing on the output sheet is right here, but I need them to be together. So I'm gonna, everything above the end sub and below the sub, like the sub name. So all of this, control copy. Apostrophe. Control paste. I'm gonna reset it, and I hit. Now I've got so we can see if my macro works. I'm going to come up here and hit test to run the macro. Something's not right. It doesn't want the macro name there. Okay. All right, now let's try that again. All right, we've deleted something here. We'll run this macro. It keeps doing this. I had this problem the whole time. It doesn't like active sheet. So let's get rid of it and see if that works. Macro minutes. That didn't work very well. This is a bad example. Sorry. Let's see what's going on. Huh. Here's what we'll do. We'll come and take a look at this one. All right, so this is my erase. I'm going to reset everything. And it changes the column width. So all of this is erasing and resetting. And that is on all of my reports have this at the beginning of the macro. And then this one says sheet
No, pero no puedo hacer.
select A4 through D4. So I'm selecting the name of the column that I want. And then select down. XL down means Control and the Shift button, and then the down arrow. Copy, C, and I went over to my output sheet. I selected cell B6, and then I pasted it with Control Paste. It has an active sheet paste right there. I don't know. And then it has all this stuff. I don't know what this means, but sheets. Copy something else from the other one. All right, let's go back here and see what's going on. So this is what I did for like hours, is just flipping back and forth and saying, let's undo that erasing that I did with the little undo button here. Let's save it again. We'll close it, come out, and let's try running it again. We'll just see. You're at the same size. Oh, I think I know what that is. I think it's because I'm on this sheet. Maybe if I'm on this sheet, then it will work. There was something really weird like that. Nope. How about this? E through E4. Let's see what that does. This is why I think I'm doing it wrong, because it takes so long that I feel like something's wrong. I'm not doing it right somehow. So at this C into my output sheet, select and Control V to paste. I'll change all these formatting things. I want that one to be set. We want this to say new title. And we'll call that good. So I'm going to put my cursor up here and then hit stop. Cancel. All right. Let's see what happens if I go into macro 3. Oops, didn't do that. Macro 3, step into. I've got macro 3, and above it is the test that doesn't work at all. And above that is the example where I'm cutting out everything else. So I'm going to, again, copy and paste this. Macro 3. Put it here right above the sheets. Over there. We'll save it. We'll close it. And we will try and run it. I don't think it. Let's try. We put new title in, but we didn't format the new title. So it did run. It did what we told it to do. So I had a couple of times where I was like, oh, I forgot something. So then I would re-record it, and I would say like, new title.
Okay.
And then I would select everything that I wanted. Come over here, merge it, center it, make sure it's big, give it a new color, and then I would hit stop. You copy it, and I would put it at the very end, above the end sub, but I would make a new line right here and paste it, and hit save, and close it out. See if we delete all that, and we run the macro again. Let's see if it works. And now it formatted the title because we copied and pasted that secondary macro that we made. And we didn't scroll up. So if you wanted it to, and with all of your other formatting, that up macro. And now we'll run macro 3. And it will take a long time, but it ends up and it's all the way scrolled at the top. And that's what I did. And then I would fuss with it until it was just right. And then I would come over to input and I'd figure out what I needed to copy and paste for the next report. I found that I could not select all of these and hit Control and select all of these. When I would try and copy and paste it, it wouldn't work. This action won't work on multiple selections. So I would have to, I would record a macro like this. Record the macro. Next thing. come over to my input sheet. They all have the item and description. So I'm going to Control C to copy that. And I'm going to Control V, paste it again. And then for the next ones, we needed the total inventory. I think there was something else, but I'm just not doing that part. Control C, come over to output. I don't want to start on this line because there's a header. So I'm going to put it up here. Control C, Control B. And then all of, I put this as product info. And then these were total inventory, Merchant Center, format. Take away the zeros. And then I'm going to say that's good enough. Come over here to developer and hit stop recording. And then I'd come into my thing. It says next thing. I'm going to scroll all the way back up to the clear, copy it. All the way back down here. And paste it. I'm going to make sure I scroll back up to the top. So we'll copy that and I'll put it at the bottom. Control V to paste that in. Save it. Close it. And let's run it and see if it works. That's what many hours were spent going back and forth like this. I think my family thought I was ignoring them. I wasn't. I was just doing this project. So I did most of it. It didn't format this part, so I would record a macro, fix it, and then copy that newer macro to the bottom. And that's how I did it. I can't see if people are asking questions. Are there any questions?
No, that was great. I'm not so proficient in the macros. This is the first time I'm working with this, and I only have to do this and one step. Now that I see that you put comments, I know. Oh, that is why they are for it, and how you copy and paste. This is amazing. Now I have a full vision of this. Thanks.
Oh, good.
That's great.
Yeah, that's the other. I need to go back and do all of my comments. So like if I step into this inventory again, some of them have these green comments. Some of them don't. Like there's no comments at all yet. So I need to go back and put comments in.
They're very useful.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So like in this one, it resets the output sheet.
Okay, now I know how to use them.
Mm-hmm. All right. So there's a.
Well, I have to do this in one step. Now I know how to put a patch in.
Right. Yeah.
And go further. This is great.
Select the data. And paste the data because I don't quite know where it ends. And we're gonna format, save data. So that's what I need to do before I turn it in. But the other thing that's really helpful to know is that you have the save button and this undo button don't affect your spreadsheet at all. So if I came in here and I accidentally deleted a whole bunch when but I didn't realize, so I saved it and I exit and then I try and run my macro. It's going to run or it's going to give me an error. Oh man, it actually ran most of it. Look at that. So it copied some of it and then it did the formatting on my input sheet because I erased some of the macro. Well, that's not what I want. So I can come back here to macro, come into the one that is messed up, and I can hit undo. And it puts everything back, and I can save it again. And when I come and run the macro, it will take a long time, and then it will fix it. D5 through let's try that. I don't know. And now it's got other problems because I messed around with it as an example, but that's a good way to test things out. What happens if I, if I erase this part or if I add this to the macro, and then you can save it, try it out. If it works, great, keep it. If it doesn't work, come back into your macro and you can use your forward and back buttons. That was really helpful to me. Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. All right, I'm going to stop sharing and come back.
Are you right? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Where's Dave?
Am I what?
Can you write, please?
Yeah.
Thank you for help.
Yeah.
Um, I need the record. Okay. Records. Records. Okay.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll do it. And just remember everything.
I'm gonna stop right